What's going on, everyone, and welcome back to True Nerds. Today's topic is, should newcomers play Elden Ring? Alright, Dan, we are going to talk, should newcomers play Elden Ring? You are a newcomer, I'm a veteran. Let's discuss this.
Yeah, I mean, all I've heard is this game is absolutely incredible. It's a must-play, but I've never played Dark Souls. I've never played Sekiro. I haven't played anything from From Software, and I really haven't played any Souls-like or anything in that genre that, you have to learn every movement of an encounter. What's your opinions? Is this $60 that I need to spend right now and go play it, or should I be more cautious about this game?
So, right off the rip, I'm going to say, overall, I want people to be cautious about this game. I am not a, From Software fanboy who's played thousands and thousands of hours of these games, but I played Dark Souls 1, I played Dark Souls 3, Sekiro. I'm very versed in this style of game. If you have never played any Dark Soul or any From Software game, Elden Ring is going to be your best entry point. It is the most newcomer-friendly game that they have. It is a 10 out of 10 masterpiece in my eyes, but that's coming from a veteran. So, for someone who has never played a From Software game, make sure you do some research on what the style is before you jump right in, because you might hate it. And that's going to go into my second point. If you have played Dark Souls games before and you dislike them, you are going to hate Elden Ring. It's a simple fact. The easiest way for me to describe Elden Ring to people who have witnessed Dark Souls style games, play them themselves, it is a From Software game through and through, with quality of life improvements to make the experience more accessible if you want to get into the style of genre. And by that I mean they've added things to this game that make your experience better but not easier. The game is still extremely tough, and if you don't like that style, you're not going to have fun with this. So let's talk about a few things that might interest you on
All right.
quality of life improvements. So you've never played any of the games, but I'm just going to put it out there. There's no map in the previous games. There's no map in Dark Souls. There's no map in Sekiro. There's actually a map now. So when I'm
before
saying
you were just running around,
you were running around, hoping and starting to, you're learning. You're learning the area.
Okay.
Now you are learning the area, but you also have a map. So when I'm talking quality of life improvements, that is a quality of life improvement, is having a map. Point number 2, the items have descriptions on them. You actually know what they do. They tell you what they do. Okay.
Before you just had to figure it out. You
Yeah.
just threw it on and you're like, okay, did this help or hurt or...
Yeah, the armor and stuff, they had stats, but everything was super cryptic. You wouldn't really understand what it meant. What a usable item meant. So they actually break it down for you on what it means. I think the biggest point that I'm about to hit right now on why it's newcomers friendly is the story. The story actually explains stuff, and it tells you what is your purpose in this world. What are you as a player supposed to go out and do? And that is extremely refreshing for me, because before in the previous games, it's just you wake up, they tell you to go, do whatever, but it doesn't make any sense to you. They're you need to go rekindle the flame. And then they set you on your merry way. It doesn't make sense. Now, they actually tell you what is your purpose, what is Elden Ring, what am I doing here, and what is my end goal. And I think that's really important for someone trying to get into the game. You have a task and purpose. and it's gonna send you out. So have you watched any gameplay of the?
I've been watching it more than Destiny. I've been watching some more experienced players. I've been watching some brand new players play it, and I mean it's great to watch. Honestly, it's like this beautiful spectating game. The graphics are incredible. The gameplay and story are really compelling. But the only thing that's got me cautious is, am I going to actually enjoy playing this game, or do I just enjoy watching kind of other people? And I've had, good and bad experiences of trying to master specific encounters where you have to like learn the mechanics of it so you can master it, so you can like, beat the encounter, and you die repeatedly. But I've had really bad experiences as well where I get frustrated, I either quit the game or I just don't like that style of content. Destiny's kind of given me a little bit of both, and I hate some of that stuff that it's like too challenging of a thing. So are there ways that like when you hit some of those like road walls to like get around them, or?
Yeah, I think the coolest thing with this game, if you're a purist and you want the old school style from software experience, you can go in there and you can use melee combat. You can choose not to summon co-op. You can do all those things and still get that pure, up in your face, getting your ass kicked feeling. But if you're a newcomer or you just want to play differently, there's ways to summon people, whether it's an NPC or you can actually summon your friends in this game to go help you fight a boss.
Okay.
This game is a lot more magic focused now too. Magic is pretty powerful in this game. So if you want to kind of sit back and poke at enemies or poke at the bosses, you can do that, and that's going to make your experience a lot easier. I'm not saying it's not going to be tough. It's still going to be tough, but it's going to be much, much easier, and you're probably not going to get as frustrated.
Right.
And once you get better at this game, you're going to go back and you're going to be like, okay, now let's do a non-co-op run, or let's try this without magic on this character. Let me try a different build. And that's how you get into the game. And, that's how I got into Dark Souls. I just trialed and error.
Which
now,
can be really compelling, because like you're figuring out what you got to do and how to do it, and once you beat that, you feel very rewarded.
mm-hmm.
Where other games that you kind of just blow through an area or an encounter, you don't really feel a whole lot. It's not an engaging or compelling experience.
Right. I think this is such a good product for challenge, but fair. So the nice thing about Elden Ring or any From Software game, everything's fair, which is funny if you think about it. When you first hear it, you're like, wait a minute, I heard Dark Souls is like the hardest game out there. But guess what? Every enemy has a certain move set. They have a certain attack pattern. It is on you as the player to learn that, and that's the draw. You go in and you die. You go in and now you're dodging that first attack, but the second attack's killing you. Then you go in the third time, and the first and second attack get dodged, but then you die to the third attack, and you rinse and repeat until you finally beat this SLB, and then you move on to the next one. It's just a really addictive game loop that once you get in, you're sucked in and you can't get out of it. So, so with my final words, I want to leave with everyone here for you. If you've played Dark Souls before and you disliked it, do not waste your money. You're gonna waste $60. Do not get on the hype train. Don't think this is gonna be a different experience than you've already had, because it's not. And I'm very thankful for that. The 10 out of 10 masterpiece. I've said it multiple times. This is the best game that they have come out with. But if you're new to the series, this is the one that you should get on.
But going with expectations of, it's not a Zelda Breath of the Wild cakewalk or a Skyrim experience. This is still From Software, but there are ways to either make the game easier or make it more enjoyable, that I could like hop in and still have really fun and not just dying repeatedly, hating everything. There are ways to kind of like either mitigate that or get through that boss section by, summoning your buddy for him to come in, and you could beat that boss you've been stuck on for a while, and then keep pushing through and moving on and getting the rest of the story experience.
Hey, and I think the expectation is what you just said, and I think that's a key thing. Have that expectation set on what type of game this is, and slowly work your way into getting the experience you want out of it. Just don't go in there thinking that this is going to be, Elden Ring, they said it's an easier game. It's not easier. It's more welcoming. That's what I'm going to leave everyone on. So
more welcoming.
Yep. So it's a good topic. I'm glad we talked about it. So I'm excited for you to pick up the game finally, and we can jump into some co-op. So, all right, that's all we got.
Stay nerdy.